Hey, great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Finally got it together.
Yeah, awesome. I knew you could do it. I knew you could do it.
Yeah, glad
How's
to
your
be able to
morning been?
connect with you today.
Yeah, of course, definitely. It's always a great time when we connect.
Pretty cool. Honestly, you never believe me. Okay. I woke up early late. So
Early, late. What is that?
I'm in a different time
What do you
zone
mean?
than Missouri.
Oh, where are
Mhm.
you at again?
I'm in Indianapolis, Indiana right now.
Oh, okay. How you like it out there?
Well, I will say there's a lot of work. There's a lot of avenues to grind it out, but I don't honestly know the community as well as Missouri.
Hmm. Okay. I know like a couple of people that are actually in Indiana. They're just not in Indianapolis.
Yeah,
My niece and nephew are actually out there. I just don't know exactly where they are in Indiana.
it's beautiful. Lot more grounded, I'd say, than Missouri. They're uh they're a little more settled over here, I'd say.
Yeah, settled, like comfortable.
Yeah, I don't know, there's more investment I see made in Missouri than I see here, but I see there have been investments made here over time that have
Mhm.
structured the way they kind of operate around here.
Okay. There's character to every state that you go to or every small town. It's just really about what they really want to do with their life. But some people are just so comfortable and, like you said, settled in. They rather just keep going the way they're going. So
True story. How you feeling about this today? I mean, it's nothing major, but you're the first
nothing
feature. I
crazy.
mean, hopefully we go global with it, but you're the first feature.
This is my first, just like it is your first. So I'm ready to
Yeah.
run it with you, man, and just really speak my truth. Just answer any questions that you might have for me. I know we've made a connection through social media, and to take it this far, I'm just
Yeah.
excited to see the future, you know,
And
or
no
some.
worries though. I'm not gonna this isn't gonna go live like this. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna clean it up afterwards. So it's not like, oh, once you said it, it's there or nothing like that.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, either way is fine with me. I'm just letting it flow.
Mine's it's kind of like a timeline, what I had written out compared to what I sent you. I actually did a little more dialect than that just for you to get the comprehension of what I was saying.
It's
So
kind
going through this episode, what I'm really diving into the what to expect, 5 practices and 10 commandments of exemplary leadership, leaders who deliver versus leaders who destroy, and then bosses versus leaders and understanding the differences. Just in the creative presence of practice.
You want to know the difference between a leader and a boss?
But my first question, I want to ask you, what is your view on the importance of good leaders in the world, and how important do you think leadership roles are in today's society?
Oh, that's actually a good question. What I think is when it comes to leaders, you definitely have to have mentorship, especially if you're pursuing something new and you haven't done it before, because they have made all the mistakes that you probably don't want to make. So they're really there to help guide you through your process. They're not going to do it for you. Good leaders won't do it for you, but they will help you. They'll tell you how to do it, but they won't tell you what to do. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
I really believe that it's good to have positive leadership throughout our community, or just to be in proximity with people that already have that role as leaders. So the leaders that I've met so far, they don't really have the entitlement. Like, they don't really care about the entitlement. All they're worried about is really impacting other people's lives and helping them get from point A to point Z,
Yeah.
and really falling in love with your process as well, which comes to the point, like, that's why I really think like leadership is different than bosses, because leadership actually shows you the way. Bosses really just tell you how to get there, but they've never had the result themselves. So that's why I really think that leadership is very important, especially when it comes to mentorship. If you want to pursue something out, like something different that you've never done before, I really recommend getting a mentor, because those are the only ones that really have that true leadership, that have the results that you desire, you know? So why not learn from other people's mistakes instead of having to make them all yourself? Like, I'm not saying that you're not going to make any mistakes on your journey, because
It's
you
effortless.
will, you know,
We're
some
all gonna do
people
that.
have to like, right. Some people have to make the mistake in order to learn from it, even if they've already been told not to do that. You know, I've done it myself,
Yeah, hey,
just
count
to,
me in.
just because, right, because you don't want to be a follower, you know, you don't want to be a follower, but you know, you'll definitely be a fool if you follow them and you don't think that you can lead yourself.
Yeah.
So that's why it's important to surround yourself by positive leadership and people that actually have the results that you desire, and just really becoming the change that you want to see. You know, we have all these leaders in the world right now, you know, and I'm not going to say all of them are good, because they're
Yeah.
not, but it's just about picking the people that you really feel like inspire you to be the
Can
best
pave,
version of
yeah.
yourself.
Pave
You know,
stones, like I like to say.
right, exactly. And not just, you know, don't envy over no one. Don't create that ego, but really have them inspire you to become the best version of yourself. You know, but nothing's done without God. So I mean, if you ever think that you're gonna get anywhere without God, that's just wrong. Like, we can be inspired by so many leaders today, but God is really the source, and he's really gonna help you get to where you need to be and what he created you to be. So
Yeah. Hey, and you know, I like how you keep that grounded and also at root too when you say that, because I feel like I agree so much with what you're saying. And the fact that you close just with that, you know, having that spiritual foundation is one thing I also see as a very important thing to find in a leader, or that I look for in like leaders, mentors, and the ones that I'm trying to gain the influence to maybe merge in that manner with.
right. Yeah, you definitely, I mean, everyone that's successful right now, before even myself, like before I even knew God or knew his word or knew, like, really gave my life to God, my life was miserable. So, and now that I actually gave my life to God and really trust in him and trust in the process, and really just really walking by faith and not by sight, especially in the beginning of my entrepreneurship journey, I really had to find myself again and really just give myself to him. And because the things that I were doing before, like, I was upset, depressed, you know, drinking, doing drugs, and now, like,
I walked that
literally
road
in the
too,
next like
man.
week.
It was cold. I walked that road too, and it was cold.
Yeah, like I said, God is the source and he will help you. He's so glorious, and he forgives, and he loves you more than anybody else, you know. So when you have no one to speak to, or when I have no one to speak to, that's who I spoke to, and I cried out to him, and he's the only one that made me feel better before I even knew him or accepted him in life.
Hey, so, you know, with you saying that, I want to go back, and I'm aware that you are a member of the CABA, the nonprofit organization that works off of Central Avenue for the Betterment Association. And how do you feel that you being a part of that group of people who are working towards the support of economics and everything else that's going on in this general area of Kansas City, which we live in, and, you know, even farther out, how do you feel that those mentors and leaders have impacted you?
They done a lot. Well, first, I just want to say, like, I'm actually really not a part of them, like, but I'm a volunteer.
That's a
So
part. What do you mean? That's a body.
yeah.
That's a part of that body,
So, I
man.
mean, I volunteer on my spare time. I did actually run for their campaign that they were having for new board members. I haven't heard nothing back yet, so I'm not sure if I made the board, but I do a lot of volunteer work with them, which I love. You know, they do have phenomenal leaders there as well, and they're doing great things, especially Edgar. He's doing great things within the community, and
Okay, and
just
Edgar, is that the founder of this?
he's the executive director of CABA. Yeah, Edgar Galicia.
Okay, Edgar
Um,
Galicia.
Yes, like he does great things for the young adults that are barely in high school, that want something different than a 9 to 5. They're actually in the process of starting entrepreneur courses as well. But their main goal right now is really just to help people find jobs.
Yeah.
So they were like, I drifted away from that job scenery, but just being involved with what they're doing now, especially with their food vendors, like I helped out
Yeah.
a lot with their food vendors.
I have a
And,
witness to that. I've seen that. And that's kind of what brought a lot of interest into me bringing that up. Just even getting me, I'm like, whoa, hey, I like that, hey, and they're supporting good food.
yeah, oh my gosh, the food is phenomenal. My goodness, let me tell you, the food is really good. And these people, they don't even have their own like local restaurants or anything like that. So their goal is to actually own their own business one day just by starting where they're at today. And,
Independent.
and where I came into play too was to help them, be able to market themselves or me market for them, and to show them exactly that it's okay to be like, to be comfortable in your own skin and to really,
Yeah.
be your product. Because if you're not going to speak your truth of your product, like who else is going to do it for you? I'm only there for a certain
Dang.
amount of time. So
Well, in
it's
my
really,
eyes, hey, that's a leadership role right there.
yeah,
Stepped into
exactly. And it's
that.
just like, just really finding out like what they want to do with their life, if that's something that they really love to do. Most of the people that were there during that vendor season, their food was better than any other restaurant that I've been to here in Kansas City
Mm.
before, and
Okay,
it's
that yum
sometimes
yum.
it just needs that extra push, like that. And that's what Edgar comes into play, like helping them get out there, and showing them how to be their own business owner and how to become their own boss and to really just push them towards starting their own business and not giving up and just not having to settle just for events like on the weekends, like so.
Yeah.
But they have a great program that they have going on there, and it's going to continue to grow. I'm excited to see the growth because they've just started as well, even though they've been around for about 20 years, I believe 18 to 20 years.
Okay. They laid down that
Yeah,
foundation.
that's right. Don't quote me on that, but
Okay.
they've definitely come a long way. I'm excited. I'm excited for them to actually open those restaurants and be able to go.
Yeah, you're gonna
I
have to
like to
keep me
eat. I love.
updated.
Yeah, I definitely will. I definitely will. And it wasn't just food that, they had retail there as well. People, there was this one couple that was actually doing retail and food. So they like to put their hands in different things. And that's the goal, multiple streams of income.
Mhm.
I'm mad at them. Let's get it.
Well, I try to do my little research and stuff, man. But you
Don't
know,
say
uh, I also wanted to know. I'm familiar with the fact that you're into the education of fundamental crypto, forex, stocks, e-commerce, and more individual trades as much. How do you feel that leadership is held accountable in that area of your work? So, do you see any leadership roles or leadership traits that you feel that are fundamental when you bring in the education of the crypto and the forex and the e-commerce and all the things that you dive into on your own?
I would say, a lot. Honestly, being involved with that or just even getting started with that definitely has helped form me into the person that I am today. Because a little bit over a year ago, I'll say probably like 13 months ago, I would slam this camera shut. I'm like, I don't want to speak online because I was scared to like speak in front of people, or even like I didn't know what I wanted to do with myself. I was just in that, say, like an employee mindset, even though I have been like a supervisor management positions before for other companies, really never pictured myself being a leader.
Yeah. So you had the game, but you didn't want to get on the court.
Yeah, see, like I always knew I had it in me, but I just never had that confidence, like
Okay.
until I actually joined this platform, being, aware and actually be able to experience different things and actually, be able to build my confidence, knowing that I am capable of starting something that I really want to do every day, something that I would love to do every day and just create freedom for myself and to help, create a path for other individuals as well. not by forcing anybody, but just by being me. And,
True to you,
because
true
I
to
come
you.
right, because exactly speaking my truth, and because I come from very humble beginnings. I mean, I'm not saying I'm rich or anything, because I'm not yet, but I will be, and
Hey,
that's
you
how
rich in spirit. You already
yeah,
got it.
I would never been open to that or be able to see my way out of that race or that cycle that I felt trapped in if it wasn't for, knowing how to trade or proper ways of investments and really simplifying the learning process of the markets for me, because once it clicks, like, man, your life will change forever. Seriously, knowing that you'll be able to make money from from the comfort of wherever you decide to be, like, that's the best feeling in the world, and being able to do whatever that you want to do, because in the society that we live in today, I feel like we're very limited, especially people of color, because I'm half Mexican and Puerto Rican.
They
Sometimes
like to
people say I
call
look
the
white, which
minority.
I had
They
to make
like,
that kind of
you
clear.
know,
Yeah, minorities, I don't really like to say that, but we're
yeah.
labeled as minorities, and it's true, and so having access to the correct information that was provided to me, or that I had access to, it really gave power to me, and it can do it for so many other people. It really gives power back to the people. If I would never been exposed to trading and really learning that I don't have to, go to a 9 to 5 every day and really, exchange all my time for money, I probably wouldn't even be here talking to you right now. And it
Yeah.
even brought me closer to God, honestly, which is kind of weird, because
Can you
I've always
go ahead?
I've
Go
always
ahead.
believed in God, I just never really believed in anybody's man-made God. I grew up Catholic, so I wouldn't say I'm a Christian right now. I'm not religious, but I am very spiritual
I
and manifest
don't
all that.
tag things either, so I feel you.
Yeah, so it's just like a whole nother world that's been opened up to me. And as soon as I was even got a little taste of it, I'm like, I don't care how long it takes me, but I'm gonna chase it and run after
When you
my
think
dream.
about it, you guys are connecting on a whole nother level of reaching a mass amount of consumers and producers of exchange of commerce. I mean, you're doing this across the seas and across like different continents
Yeah,
and states.
international.
So
Oh, cool.
it takes that. It takes
Yeah,
that.
it does. I mean, there's never going to be a perfect leader. It's just really about finding the person that really inspires you to become the best version of yourself, no matter what you're
Amen.
doing. You don't have to be
Hey,
in
that's it.
right. Like, you
Leadership,
don't have to
leadership.
be into crypto and investments in order to know that trading and stuff, it's not for everybody. I mean, it's for anybody, but it's not going to be for everybody, because it's really about building that mentality. Honestly, like, the markets, they're manipulated, like, you have to be smarter than the markets. You have to learn
Yeah.
how to control your emotions and not go in there with a greedy mindset or angry or thinking that you're going to be rich overnight. And if you don't get the first trade, like, I'm done,
But they
like,
say
you
the
really have
method
to
to the
get
madness, you gotta know it.
exactly. It's either eat or be eaten out here. And I'd rather eat because I really like food, so
Hey, food. Hey, we gotta survive. That's that gas. So I'm with you
and
right there. I'm with you.
thanks. But I hope that kind of answered your question. Just creating multiple streams from technology. If you don't learn how to take advantage of technology today, it's going to take advantage of you. And that's what's been building lots of leaders here, currently, and also just really creating the next generation of leaders and millionaires, just by having access
We
to
trying to take it to the
technology.
bills too. We trying to take
Yeah,
it to the
right.
bills now.
Right. We have residual bills. Why not learn how to have residual income? Like,
Yes.
come on now. You have to be smarter than what.
Education for creation. That's what I brand my podcast is education for creation, because you're gonna create them meals, you're gonna create them bills, but you gotta be able to educate for that creation, man.
Right, exactly. And they say knowledge is power, but I really believe that applied knowledge is power, because I mean, you
Yes.
can get all the
Yeah.
knowledge you want and read all the books you want, listen to everything that you want to listen to, and follow whoever you want to follow. But if you're not applying anything that you're learning along the way, I mean, you're just wasting your time
Hey,
and
I came
earth.
to that conclusion recently, I promise you, because I've been an avid reader for years now. And the wildest thing is I do so much in the act of reading and studying that I had to find a way to line my actions with what I was studying. And that right there, you summed it up.
You really have to apply it, man, as you go. Just learn as you go. Me, half the time, I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm gonna be honest. I'm just learning
Almost
as I
forgot
go.
what I was doing.
I don't even know what I was doing. Even like, for example, like you brought up Kava. I've never been a board member before. Yeah, I don't know. I just seen it. You guys said that you're looking for board members. I'm in this leadership role already. Why not try it?
Eyes,
You
you're
guys
active representation. In my eyes, you're active representation, and that's neither here nor there, but that's profitable to that fact of the matter. And that's why I even brought it up, because see, that was a step in the leadership role. Even if you aren't conjoined as far as part of what made it what it is, you definitely become a part of it by the way that you also take that role of leadership and helping and supportively actively being a reflection of that.
Right. You definitely just help people, or I just want to help people. If I help people, they'll help me as well. I just give off what I want to receive in return. I treat people how I want to be treated, but not just because like for selfish reasons or anything like that, just because I genuinely care and actually I move with integrity and pure intentions. And there was one point in time where I didn't know anything and I didn't know where to start. So really just putting myself out there and showing others that it's okay just to put yourself out there and learn as you go. You're going to be okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't take losses, we take lessons.
Amen to that. Amen to that. I'm not going to hold you too long because I got a few things I got to wrap up. And then I also want you to get back to, the leadership role you playing in right now, and whatever you're doing. Oh,
yeah, definitely.
My last question is going to be, do you feel that you are a leader, or do you feel that you are in a leadership role on the way to be the great leader that you want to be? That's a deep question, but I want you to think about, do you feel that you're a leader, or are you on the way to being a great leader? Or, I mean, you could be both, but how do you feel?
Well, yeah and no. Wow, you really caught me off with that one. Okay,
See,
so
yeah, I'm trying to, I gotta
yeah,
flip the
so
script
that's a
on you.
good question because I never really, like I said, like I never really pictured myself as a leader, or imagined myself to be a leader. Put in
That's what
so
we doing
many,
here.
like, right. And I've been put in so many leadership positions. I'm not scared to take on the responsibility. I think that's really what separates me from a boss and any other kind of individual. I'm not scared to take on the responsibility, and I learn as I go and I adjust. I definitely adjust. And I made a choice to be my own boss. So I knew eventually that the leadership role was going to come along one way or another. One day at a time, maybe. I don't know. Like I knew it was going to come one day.
Yeah.
I just had to continue preparing myself so I wouldn't have to repair later. I made a decision that I wanted to create something that was going to be able to take care of my family physically and financially, so I had to become the change that I wanted to see. And with leadership, that's what it is. It's about change,
Legacy.
and yeah, leaving a legacy and even building a path for them to continue their own legacy, even after I'm gone or even while I'm still here. I'm not gonna limit my children to anything, which I wouldn't limit anyone else. Any of my other mentees, I wouldn't have them limit themselves no matter what, even if they're only with me temporary, so as long as they're putting every day and becoming the best version of themselves and really walking in, I'm happy for them. And I'm happy that I was able to help inspire them and actually me be able to build my ability to inspire them while we were together. Bosses, I mean, and management, they just really like control, and that's not me. I don't control.
A lot of them are carrying a policy instead of creating a procedure,
Right. Yeah. So when you try to control every single thing, that's really what drains you. I'd rather be inspiring and motivating and really help setting goals. And I'm really up for challenges and building teams, and creating a safe place for entrepreneurs is really the goal. So really give what I never really had to start with instead of scheduling and coordinating and monitoring and all the things the bosses do. Like, I don't know. I don't
Hey,
even
well,
know
I
what
think you
the
got
boss
it. I think you got it. And I think you need to start taking the lead and telling people how great of a leader you are, because these roles, I feel, are just great indications as to you headed down that road to be a great leader and continue the greatness that you are already setting. And I really appreciate you sharing all of that.
No, I appreciate you. Thank you. I just want to give it back to you. It really, inviting me and being your first interview on your big podcast you got going on here. I'm so proud of you, and I'm glad that you started it,
It's
and I
growing.
know we talked about this a couple of times, and schools definitely are going to hit us left and right when it's time for you to elevate in life and really go after what you desire and what you dream, like
Yeah,
whatever your dreams are, like things are
I
going to hit
agree.
you left and
I
right.
agree.
So you just got to continue pushing through it, putting your best foot forward, and I'm ready to see you shine, bro. I'm excited to watch your growth and to see where it takes you, honestly.
Once
Part of
I
it.
shake off all this camera shy stuff and all this, I'm not a people person. As much as I love to reach people, I am not a people person, but that's going to change because I have to become a leader just like you.
Yep, exactly. It's okay. I mean, I wasn't about none of this or speaking in front of nobody
You
either
got it.
a little bit over a year ago. So like I said, just continue preparing yourself so that way you
Yeah,
don't have to repair yourself when the opportunity really comes, like what you did
I
today.
agree. I agree. I agree.
It's very important for you to speak your truth, so just be yourself and be you, do you, for you, not no one else.
Yeah. And the same power to you. I also want to say on one of the upcoming seasons, I do expect to hear from you again. I'm going to send you an invite probably sometime spring. Be looking out. I'm going to come through and be like, hey, I need you. I want to hear about
Okay.
what's going on,
Yeah, of course. And I'll bring some other leaders with me too. Just
Heck yeah,
have more in life. It's not just about one perspective. Everybody's important. So
for sure. And hey,
twist
building
your
these
time.
bridges is
You're
what
gonna do
helps
it or
me.
you ain't.
You built this bridge with me. So just remember that. It takes great leaders.
Yeah, definitely. But no more trying. You're either gonna do it or you ain't. Okay.
Okay.
You're doing it right now. Don't
Word
say
is
that you're
bond.
trying to do it. You're doing it and you're doing a great job. Thank you so much for letting me be a part of this. I'm
Peace,
grateful.
love, and hair grease.
Great. All right.
You have a great day. God
All
bless.
right. Have a blessed day as well. Talk to you later, bro.